Hi, this is John Hand, and the Pulsing Cinema movie of the day is Message of the Future. And I'm just puzzled. I'm puzzled about Message of the Future. It's an Israeli film from the early 80s. I'd never heard of it before, but there's this podcast, The Projection Booth, where they're going to do a whole long show on it. I've not listened to the show. I've just watched the movie. The movie is on YouTube. I just wanted to give my reaction to it. Usually the movie of the day is a movie that I've seen before, that I love, that I maybe know a little bit about. I know nothing of this film. This movie, but I'm still trying to process in my head this movie. Maybe if I talk it out, it will get the demons out of my head. I mean, this movie just gets into you. It gets inside of you, and it's just the ridiculousness of it, the lack of logic. It's just like I feel like my head is about to explode. I feel like it's scanners. I feel like if I don't get it out somehow, it's gonna come to a bad end. So, Message from the Future is an Israeli sci-fi film. It's about a time traveler, and he's called FM, short for Future Man. And he comes back from the year 3000 or whatever. And he comes back and he wants to spread the message to the world that they need to start World War III. That the future will be better if they immediately start World War III. And so the film begins with this FM Future Man who doesn't talk throughout the film, but he transmits his ideas through this machine that can transmit his thoughts. It's called the TAM. It's the thought amplifier thing, and it's this plastic thing with things on his head, and he talks, and it comes through, and he communicates to the future, and his controller tells him what to do. And so the film is just basically all these vignettes of different people in different parts of the world, mainly television anchors, television programs throughout the world. Like there's a Chinese television anchor, there's the West Berlin political officials, an American news team, and then a Russian news team, and it's all these cliches. The Russian news team, they're swilling vodka, and other people, and then there's these people in Japan, and there's like this big company, and they've created like synthetic karate robots, humanoid robots, and they're just two people who do karate in undercranked, like in fast speed, like they're doing karate, and that starts the film. And they can control him with this remote control, and so he goes, and they do karate. And Future Man seems like he has a remote control where he can basically control the world. And I don't know why if he has this control of the world, why don't you just dial it up and just control the world and have them blow themselves up if he really wants to do it, because he seems like he's able to take people in different areas, teleport people. He's able to open doors, And there's these two Israeli couple. There's this one guy who's like a professor, and there's this naked woman in this bed, and she's like naked in the bed all the time. And then he goes and has sex with her. And then the Future Man decides to get on the television, and then he has a conference with the people. And with all the world leaders, where they talk about stuff, and then other things happen, and then they're driving in a car and they're swerving, and then Future Man, there's all of these like cutaways to like this spinning thing. Like this spinning pole that's like supposed to be in the Future Man ship, is like how he gets from here to there. Oh, and then at the end of the film, they were like, it's the future man's not from the future. He's just a Japanese. He's like a promotion material for the Japanese and a remote control, because the Japanese have basically developed this remote control that can remote control everything. So what I came away from the movie is that remote controls can control everything. And it may be a movie about our lack of control in the world and how we try to control the world with a remote control, but at the end of the day, maybe we don't need a remote control, or we do need a remote control, or something is something with the remote control. I really don't know at this point. The film, I dare anyone to come up with a synopsis for this movie. It's an odd film because it feels like it wants to be like a Zucker Brothers like comedy. It wants to be one of these kind of comedies and it seems semi-comedic with all these cliches of different countries in the television programs. But there are some other areas that are like super serious sci-fi. And then it's just all this big mismatch, and we just keep cutting back to the FM, who seems to be able to clone himself, though it doesn't really make sense, because I don't know why he needs to clone himself, because it seems like he can kind of be anywhere that he wants, because he can teleport with his remote control. So I'm not sure why he needs clones, but it seems like he clones himself 7 times, and then there's all of this like computer stuff, and I don't know. I mean, it really is beyond me. And I'm still, I don't want to watch it again. It's just too much of a head fuck. But maybe you might enjoy it. And definitely, I think later on I will listen to the podcast and see what's happening. That probably would make sense to everybody, just to stop this video right now and go check out the podcast. You're probably even more confused than I am. But in any case, message from the future, a weird movie of the day, but sometimes I like to do that. Sometimes I like to pick things out of obscurity and give them a day, because I'm sure Message from the Future never before had a day all to itself. So there you go, and there it is. Is it a good movie? I don't know. I don't even know if it's a movie. I don't know what the hell this is. This is really something out of this world, something strange.